We had a really fun tour thanks to our tour guide, Sky. He made us feel comfortable from the start till the end of the tour. We love that this trip is so laid back, since we have our parents with us and they can't do fast-paced tours, and he made sure we took our sweet time admiring the scenery and taking lots of photos. Had an amazing time on this trip. Jeannie was a wonderful guide and driver. Explained the history and gave great food recommendations. Was very helpful taking photos for us. It was a nice trip out of Seoul. The snow was already melted but you could still see it here and there. Overall, amazing and would do it again. I booked this tour at the last minute, and once it was confirmed, our tour guide, Jeannie Kim, texted me with the confirmation details, including where to meet. Everything was well planned. Although there were some slight changes from the initial itinerary, the tour went smoothly. Jeannie Kim provided all the necessary information throughout the tour, which helped us better understand the places we visited. He also took great care of us, making sure we were comfortable and safe throughout the trip. As a thoughtful touch, he even gave us a genie from Aladdin keychain, playing on his name, Genie. I recommend him to future travelers who plan to visit these places. I had an exceptional experience on this tour. Everything was excellently organized, and I truly enjoyed this trip from the start to finish. The itinerary was well planned, allowing me to fully appreciate each destination. The value for money was fantastic, and the convenience of purchasing made the entire process smooth and hassle-free. I highly recommend our tour guide, Travis. The flight was cancelled due to snow on January 27th, so I had to stay in Korea, so I bought a one-day trip on January 27th for $129. I originally chose a Chinese tour guide, but was informed the night before that there were not enough Chinese tour guides. I asked if I could switch to an English one. However, there was also a Chinese tour guide in my group, so I could still ask. Finally, we confirmed that we would have an English tour guide. Our tour guide was Julia. We didn't receive the pre-trip notification until 21:15 the night before. It would have been better if it could have been earlier, or if the precautions could have been mentioned a few hours before the contact. We first went to Hanok village and Jingwansa Temple. The tour guide mentioned that there were not many toilets in Jingwansa Temple, so we could go there first, but she continued to walk up to Jingwansa Temple. Those who didn't keep up had no idea where to go. I took the initiative to call and ask for directions. The driver seemed not to be familiar with the route and took the wrong way. We went to eat first on the way to Gamoksan, arrived at the dining place at 12:12. Lunch was a pot, and it was almost 1300 hours when we finished eating, checked out, and waited for someone to go to the toilet. We ate in a hurry, and the tour guide said the boarding time was 1400 hours. When we went to Gamoksan, we met a Chinese male tour guide who said that our bus was almost an hour late, so the gathering time should not be 1400 hours like theirs. In the end, we still had to gather at 1400 hours. The itinerary attractions are nice and great for taking photos, but if the tour guide could explain the route and meeting time in advance or provide a map to explain the route and meeting place, everyone would be allowed to move freely, instead of not knowing where to go and having to find a tour guide, because not all group members are young people who can walk. One of the best tours I have done in South Korea. Alex, our guide, was super cool. First, I would like to thank him for letting me sit in front, beside him, since I get nauseous when sitting behind the car. I would have not enjoyed it if I was sitting at the back of the car, last row. I will feel suffocated and dizzy. There were only 7 of us, which made the trip even more fun. Alex knows the places we went to and shared information. We love the places, especially the Hanok village. He shows concern to older guests, so he told them to just slow down when we hiked to the suspension bridge in Gamoksan. Inside the car was so comfy that I just slept most of the time. Also, he always offered to take photos of us. I highly recommend this tour. A big thank you to Alex for the wonderful time. I could never ask for any other guide than you. Our tour guide Sky was very funny and heartwarming. He made sure to give everyone a good feeling and to give us the best photo spots. He changed the schedule so we could see the temple while it was snowing. Would highly recommend this tour with Sky and his assistant.